Christians will call blasphemy, blasphemy, crucify him, you're a heretic, which is the same thing they said to Jesus. In growing up in the mindset of people that were in the church, Bible thumping Christians, and I used to be that myself. I used to be very evangelical. I have to convert everybody. And if they're into things like I'm into now, then they're going to hell. And somebody that's in a really judgmental mindset like that, they can't see. It's important to also recognize why they're in the judgmental mindset like that. They are in that place because anything that threatens Christianity or the way that they've been taught to view it threatens their identity.
Their ego. Yeah.
Yes, their ego identity, because their
Yeah.
ego identity has been formed around being a Christian. More importantly than that, they all participate in what is actually a satanic ritual, by the way, the real dark blood sacrifice rituals. They all participate in that. They talk about like people that drink blood and eat babies are bad, right? Christians will talk about that. And yet they go to church and they drink wine representative of the blood of Christ, and they eat bread representative of his flesh. It's a cannibalistic Satanist ritual. They light candles. It is all witchcraft. The church practices witchcraft and doesn't let them know. The cross is the death sigil. They put it on top of a blasting rod, which is a wand. It's called a steeple, which harvests energy and blasts the frequency of the death ceremony and the ritual of cannibalism across the country every single Sunday. It's all an orchestrated satanic cannibalistic ritual. It's effed up, taking a pristine being that is the representation of like everything that is good and perfect, and then we're going to eat it and drink its blood. That's some vampiristic fucked up shit. In those ceremonies, they've made a claim, they've taken an oath, and they've made a pledge to take the identity of Christianity and this identity of the false Jesus that the church purports and replace themselves with it. They have them do this acceptance prayer to accept Jesus into your heart. That is an invocation. Anybody that knows anything about demon possession, real demon possession, the acceptance prayer that churches have little kids pray when they accept Jesus into their heart is not the innocent thing that it looks like it is. It is an invocation and a permission for an external entity to take over your soul and your body, to be covered in the blood of Christ. They say this shit, right? And it's all done through symbolism, but it's as good as doing it in real life. So covered in the blood of that which is innocent, take on the identity of a foreign deity that is better than me because I'm a piece of shit. Denying the fact that you're made in the image of the creator, by the way, because made in the image of the creator, which it says in the beginning of Genesis, means that you're made with all the same attributes as God, made with all the same attributes as the creator, which means you have creative power, creative choice, creative force. You are the same as the creator. You're a copy of, made with all the same attributes of, made perfect, just as the creator is perfect. You deny that, you renounce that, you cover yourself in the blood of the creator, symbolizing killing the perfect thing, and claim and ask to be possessed by the dead creator.
Holy shit.
So what they're doing is an invocation of the actual Maximus evil. And they get everybody to go along with it. They don't know what the words mean, but the first thing they do is they teach you to spell, but they don't teach you that casting spells is what you're doing. But they teach you to write spells. They teach you to speak spells. They don't teach you what the spells mean. And then they get you to do things like go to warship. Warship. It is a war, right? Christians inherently can't see this very easily because they have an external force that controls their perception and they've attached their identity to it. Now, some people are at a place where they can begin to see the holes in this whole plot and they're going, wait a second, something's not right. Something's not adding up here. And to those select people, this is a fascinating conversation to walk them through and to unfold with them. The majority of the world is not ready to hear it, and that's okay. We love them. We understand how they got there. We understand they're brainwashed into it from birth with this concept that you're evil and you need to be taken over by some external power because you're not good enough. And that's denying your nature as a creator.